Rightio, so what's up there guys? Welcome back to Digger Detecting. Welcome also to the back room where we're going to be putting together a target ID chart for the brand new Equinox 900 here. So we've got it all laid out, we've got the coins, we've got the chart ready to go, ready to fill in. We've also got a few miscellaneous items. As some will remember, we also did the same for the Equinox 600 and 800 and we had some really great success and we've had some great feedback from our members being passed out these little laminated cards. So we first made up the big target ID up the back there, and then we shrunk them down into these little laminated cards for people to clip onto their detectors and use out in the field. And I'll tell you what, as I said, we've had some great feedback. So that's what we're going to do today. We have set up the 6 and 800 target ID chart, and now it is time to set up the 7 and 900. We do have the 900 in front of us here. Remember, those numbers will not change for the 7 or the 9. So let's put you on the gimbal now. Let's make a start, and as I said, let's start working through all those numbers, jotting them down and giving you guys a look at the target IDs shown on the screen. Rightio, so let's make a start. We have you all set up on the gimbal there. I hope everybody can see what's going on. I think I've got everything in screen. We've got the Equinox 900 turned on there now. What I will do too is also turn on that backlight and just make it that little bit easier for you to see. We'll just check the sensitivity. The sensitivity is at 10, which is perfect. You've got to remember we're inside today. Oh look, the pen was making a signal. We're inside today though, so we do need to keep that sensitivity down just so we can run the coins without too much EMI and interference. So as I said, let's make a start. Let's put all the coins through under the coil and let's see what they ring up at. Remember, this is going to be completely different to the Equinox 6 and 800. So the first coin we're going to be starting out with, we're going to run through the list here, is the 1915 1 florin 2 shillings. A beautiful, beautiful Australian coat of arms design. So let's make a start. I've got no rings, no watch on today. Let's make a start. We are good to go. And let's start jotting those numbers down. So 94, a solid 94 on the screen there as you've seen for a 1915 1 florin 2 shillings. Let's just turn that sensitivity down a little bit. It's getting a little bit noisy and we really don't need it up that high. So as I said, 94, a beautiful Australian 1 florin, the early design, which is the 92.5% silver. So let's jot him down, 94 for the Equinox 7 and 900 for a 1 florin 2 shillings, 1915. So let's move forward to the next now. We'll try and get through these quickly. The next one is a 1940 Australian florin, one of the later type designs, and also once again, I'll just say quickly, once again also 92.5% silver. They did not drop the silver content until around 1946, just after World War II. So any silver coin that we pull out today, if it dates prior to 1946, it is going to be a 92.5% silver. Anything after 1946, it drops down to that 50% silver content. So let's make a start. He should be a high signal too. Once again, the 92.5% silver. And I'd almost put him at a 94. He was jumping to the 95 there too. However, let's put down a 94 also. So a bit of a tricky one there. A 94, you would not know if you're digging an early type florin or a little bit later. You know it's going to be 92.5% silver anyway. So next one is the 1961. Now remember what I said, after World War II, they dropped the silver content. So this guy should ring up a lot lower on the Equinox 7 and 900 there. So still a high signal, however, a lot lower. Down at an 84. So as I said, we'll try and get through them quick. Let's jot him down, 84. And what I will be doing with this target ID chart is exactly what we did with the Equinox 6 and 800. We'll be basically shrinking it down, laminating it for members and handing out for others to enjoy. So, and hopefully others to find helpful. So let's move forward now to the English shilling, a cracker of a coin. This is an 1835 English shilling, actually found locally here, and it predates my town, which I just love. So let's have a look. Smaller silver, 92.5% silver, and he is an 81 on the Equinox 7 and 900 there. I know we're showing the 900 today, however it does not change. The Equinox 700 and numbers will be exactly the same. So 1916, 1 shilling, Australian 1 shilling, a little bit later there, and I would call that a 90. So let's put him down. A 90. It looks like we're going to be chasing a lot of high numbers. Once again, we were chasing sort of 18 through to 40 with the Equinox 6 and 800. When you're looking for those pre-decimals and silver coins and all those high signals, it looks like once again we're going to be doing the same with the 7 and 900, chasing those high signals. I'm sort of presuming anything from sort of 60 or 70 upwards through to 99 is where it's going to be at for cherry picking those coins at different sites, but we can work all that out in future. So the next one is a ramhead shilling, I should have explained, a 1958, so a lower silver content. And I would honestly call that a 69. He was jumping there a bit to 70. However, we're going to put 69 down for the 1958 ramhead shilling. Next up, we're getting through our silver coins. Next up is an 1844, a little English sixpence there. I was going to call him a threepence. He's certainly not. And that guy is, remember that high silver content, a small silver though. So that guy is a 74. That's what we're going to call him anyway. Jumping there to a 73. However, we will mark him down as a 74, the number that it's sort of fixated on the most. So next fella is a 1926 little sixpence, coat of arms, Australian design, beautiful little coin. Once again a small silver, but that high silver content within the coin, the 92.5% silver. So what do we got? 82 for a 1926. A little sixpence there. So last for the sixpences is a 1955. Now remember what I spoke about with the silver content dropping. So small silver, however, lower silver content. So this should be bringing up at a lower number. And there it is. So 55, 56. Let's call him a 56. Running it over there really quickly just sort of makes it fixate on its target. So 56 for a 1955 little sixpence. Last but not least for the silver coins, or for this lot, is the 1866 little English threepences, or the run of threepences, starting with the 1866 here. So let's have a look. 64 on the nose, we'll call that one. Let's put him down. 64. Now, let's go through to the next one, which is a 1910 little threepence, little coat of arms design threepence, and an Australian one at that. So one of our first years for minting coins here in Australia, 1910. So this is probably one of the first coins hot off the press. Anyway, let's have a look. 70, 71, down to 69, throwing around a little bit there. I'm going to call him a 71. So down for 1910, little threepence there, little coat of arms, Australian design threepence, and 1910 is a 71 on the Equinox 7 and 900. So that's quite a mouthful. It's quite a lot to get through. I'll keep going to say the 6 and the 800. It's not, it's the 7 and 9. So next one is the 1951 little wheat threepence, the later type design with the lower silver content once again. He's ringing up at a very low number, or quite a low number. Most of everything else we've sort of put through the screen there, or put under the coil there, is ringing up from about 60 right through to 90. So this guy is our lowest signal, our lowest target ID just yet. And look, I'm going to call him a 41 for a little 1951 wheat threepence. So 41 on the target ID chart. Now let's start with our next coins, and that is the pennies. Okay, so next coins, we are going to start, as I said, with the copper pennies. Now we've ran through the silvers, as you seen a second ago. The next up is the pennies, and then we'll get through to the modern $1 and $2 and gold coins in the 50s and 20s and all the modern coinage that a lot of people love to go out and pick up. So next one, as I said, or the first one for this round, is the 1860 English penny. I was going to say English Britannia penny with Queen Victoria bun head stamped on the back. So 1860 Britannia full penny. Let's put him, through under the coil first. That might help. And give us a number, and we'll put it down. I was getting a little bit ahead of myself there. So as you can see, for an 1860 English penny, we have a solid 59. So let's put him back and let's jot that number down. 1860 full Britannia penny is a 59. So next up is the 1913, and we jump over to the Australian Commonwealth of Australia 1 penny, a full 1 penny design this time, with George on the back. 1913 pennies. So let's have a look. 73, 72. We are going to call him a 73 though. So once again, put him down, 73 for a 1913 a Commonwealth of Australia penny. Moving forward now, we have the later type design, which is the kangaroo design, the kangaroo Australian penny. And this guy is a 1952. So, ooh, a lot higher. Look at that. Isn't that crazy? This is why it was a great thing to do. You know, like I want to get out and do as many detects and hunts as I can and share tips and tricks with the new Equinox 7 and 900 here. However, what a great idea to be putting together a target ID chart for everybody to basically use and reference off when out there using their brand new machines, so the brand new 7 and 900. So let's run him through again because I forget what number it is. 89 there for a 52 kangaroo penny. So let's jot him down. As I said, we will be getting out and sharing plenty more videos, running the brand new 900 here and showing tips and tricks as we go. A difference in settings changes, the different features, and just all round, you know, is this machine, is the 7 and 900 series better than the 6 and 800? And we'll be showing the pros and cons as I go. So let's now move forward to the half pennies, the smaller design, and we're going to start off with an 1861 beautiful English Cedar Britannia half penny once again. So we did the full penny design to start off with. Now let's do the half penny. So 58 there for that guy, jumping around a little bit. I would, however, call him a 58. And remember, these are only air tests. So look, it is going to be a little bit different out in the field. You know, you've got soil content, depth, and even orientation of the coin. So which way is the coin sitting in the hole? Or is it mixed in with a rusty nail or something else interfering with that signal? So this is only a guide. Don't go out into the field and think, oh, Luke's wrong because you know, he told me that an 1861 half Britannia penny would ring up at a 58. Just remember, keep in mind, those numbers can jump around a little bit, especially with different variables. You know, the soil, as I said, the depth, the orientation, even the trash mixed in with it. So 1911, one half penny, Commonwealth of Australia design. This guy moving forward, and we'll see what number he comes up. Oh, beautiful. A jumping number. However, I'm trying to get a fixation on what number to put down. Look, let's say a 58 for that guy. He is jumping through to the 59 and 60. However, for a 1911 a half penny there, let's put him down as a 58 once again, which is exactly the same as you remember as the English penny. So let's give you another look. 58 once again, jumping around a little bit for the English, and the Commonwealth half pretty much does the exact same thing. So there you go, those two coins sound very similar. What will change next, I'm sure, is the 1955 kangaroo penny here, moving forward a bit. So let's have a listen. Should be a high signal, I reckon. Oh, it is too. A lot higher than a 58 anyway. He's coming in at a solid 83. Let's put him down. That is awesome, that is awesome. Right, now let's move through, as I said, to the modern coins. They're the only ones left in this second section, and then we're going to move down to some miscellaneous items, some toy cap guns, some rising suns, and merchant tokens, and pendants and medallions, and we'll just go through it all, including of course the gold sovereign, which I'm sure everybody's keen to see, and so am I. So first one for the modern coins, target ID, is the $2 Australian gold coin. The gold coins that we all love to go out and find. And remember, on the Equinox 6 and 800, they were a solid 21. So let's have a look what we're chasing now for the 7 and 900. Okay, so we've got a 65, 66. And on the Equinox 6 and 800, it was a solid 21 for a $2 gold coin. However, once again, like I said, in the ground, mixed in with other targets, depth and orientation, these numbers could jump around a little bit too. Sometimes you'll pull out a gold coin with the Equinox 6 and 800 and it would be at a 21, a 22, or jumping around to a 23, almost like a bottle top does. So that is going to be a great key. We're not going to show rubbish today. However, with the Equinox 7 and 900 here, I'll just quickly say the more segments of right through to 99 there, we are going to have a lot better separation. So where you have a 20-cent coin and a pull tab and a bottle top, on the 6 and the 800, they would have all been singing in a grouping around the similar number, such as like a 16 or a 15. So you really would not been able to determine what was what. You know, pull tab, 20-cent coin, bottle top, who knows? You just got to dig all three. However, with the extra points of separation and segments of target ID range here on the brand new Equinox 7 and 900, what we're going to find is we're going to find that basically bottle tops and what have you are going to sound very similar to the gold coins here probably, or most likely. However, they're going to jump around at different numbers. So really giving you a better visual on the screen of what to dig and what not to dig if you're looking for the gold coins. So look, and I've only had this machine out twice in the field, so I can't account for everything. However, that is what I found straight away. A lot better separation, a lot better discrimination, and look, I just think they're going to be a game changer. So absolutely amazing machine, and a credit to Minelab once again. So once we put this under the coil, he is jumping around a little bit. However, look, what we're going to call him, oh, that's a hard one. We're going to call him a 65. A 65 for a $2 coin on the brand new Equinox 6 and 800, 7 and 900. Sorry, I got that wrong, didn't I? I was too busy trying to write down the number. A 65. Let me just put him down there a little bit better, as I actually mucked up writing a 2 instead of a 6. Never mind, I won't put that on the target ID charts, that's for certain. So next up is the $1 coin. Let's get through them. The $1 gold coin. And we'll have a look. Oh, there you go. So here's a 66. So ideally on the Equinox 6 and 800, a $2 gold coin was a 21, a $1 coin was a 22. We see very similar happening with the 7 and 900 here. The $2 gold coin that we just checked was a 65, and that $1 gold coin that we just did was a 66. So 65 and 66 are the main numbers that you're looking for when hunting those gold coins. So keep that in mind, guys. And as I said, those target ID numbers may jump around a little bit. However, I'm sure 65, 66, you will be able to hit on the gold coins. So 50-cent coin for the next guy, an Australian 50-cent coin. Not something that I often chase. However, we're going to show it all today, or show as much as we can. And you can see there we've got a solid 47 for a 50-cent Australian coin. So awesome, awesome stuff. And next up is a 20-cent coin, 20-cent Australian. And we have a 42, jumping around there a little bit to 41. However, definitely fixating on the 42. So 10-cent coin for the next one, and we'll then run through and finish you off with the 5s and the 1 and 2s. So 10-cent coin, we've got a 29. Let's put him down, and a 5-cent coin. It takes a lot of these to add up to $1, that's for certain. We got a, oh look at that, 19 on the nose. So 19 for a 5-cent coin. So last for this round, last but not least, is the 2-cent coin and the 1-cent coin, the pesky brown buggers that we all need to dig when out looking for those pre-decimals and silvers. So they sound so good. And straight away, I'm noticing, being at an 80 there, straight away I'm noticing he's going to fall up in that target ID range for those silver coins that we checked there before. Remember, a 61 florin is an 84, a 26 sixpence, a 1926 sixpence is an 82. Have a look at this guy. Oh dear, it's an 80. So there we go, a 2-cent coin is an 80, and no doubt we're going to be digging a lot of those, chasing those pre-decimal coins. However, that was an 82, so, or it was an 80, so we don't have anything down just yet, being an 80. Everything else is sort of numbers above or below. So who knows, maybe we might be able to separate and ID the 1 and 2 cent coins a little bit better with the brand new 7 and 900 here. Wouldn't that be nice? Next up is the 1 cent coin, and this is going to finish us off for this round. And then we're going to get down through to the miscellaneous items and the rest of the silver coins here, and of course the gold sovereign. So 1 cent coin. Oh, it's a battle. It's a 71, 72, 73, as you can see. What do we call it? Oh, that is a hard one, isn't it? It's really not giving me a great number to fixate on. So let's put down 70. Let's have one more look. I'm not sure what to put this guy down at. I want to say 73, but it jumps around a little bit there. But look, what we will do is 73 for the Equinox, 7 and 900 for a 1 cent coin. A little bit of a tricky one, that guy. However, we are going to put him down as a 73. And as I said, like there before, you know, your signals will jump around a bit. You know, 1 cent coin in the ground, have no doubt he'll jump sort of 71, 72, 73, and you'll dig him out and find a 1 cent coin. So awesome stuff. That is our first 2 runs done, as I said. Now let's get down to the miscellaneous items and finish off these silver coins. Right, so last round, round 3, and on to the silver coins and the miscellaneous items you would have seen hiding over the back there. So let's put the pen lid out of the way. I was about to put it back over near the coil then. Let's put it out of the way and let's start from the top and let's go through exactly what we've got here. So we'll pull out the toy gun from over the back here. Oh, straight past the coil. Look at that, very sensitive, isn't it? And we've only got the sensitivity on 7. And look at that, still picking it up. Crazy, crazy. Let's start off though with the Texas Ranger Junior cap gun. What a bloody ripper. The barrel, when I found this too, was broken. We just put a little bit of glue in there to fix him back together. Just an awesome piece though. And these were most popular throughout the 50s with kids, you know, hunting and shooting each other in parks and backyards. I'm sure they had a ball. So up through the 80s when I was born, we had a lot of toy cap guns too, die cast made. However, they are not made like that today, that's for certain. So anyway, enough talking. This is going to be a bit of a jumpy signal. As you can see, you've got a few bits and pieces hanging on, the barrel, the handle, the trigger. It's all going to send off funny numbers. So let's just give them a look through and see what it's, you know, roughly going to be. As I said, it's all the angle of the dangle with this guy. If you hold him in different ways, he's going to give all different signals. But look, I would imagine a lot of toy cap guns would fall and be buried, you know, fall into the ground whichever way, but probably end up most likely sort of on their side there. So that's how we're going to run him as an air test and just see what he gives off. So there we go. Bit of a jumpy number. 88 through to 90 you would call that guy. So that's what we're going to do. We are going to put him down as an 88 through to a 90. So toy cap guns, 88 to 90. That's okay if we've got to, put a few different numbers in there, not just fixate it on one number. I'm sure it'll help a lot out there, reference different targets in the field for future. So next up is the Rising Sun hat badge, and we actually have the large and the small type here. So we've got both different designs, and we're going to run both through because I think it's important. You know, this guy's obviously going to give off a lot higher signal, being a larger item, bigger surface area than the smaller sun badge. So let's give them both a run through and have a look. 87, 88. We will call him an 88 for a large type Rising Sun hat badge. And now let's put the small type through and let's have a little bit of a listen at the difference. Huge difference, different tone, a lower number, still jumping around a bit there. We are going to call him an 83. So just jot him down there beside and right small is an 83. So the two Rising Sun badges are all good down on the list. Now let's move on to the pendant medallion. So this guy here, I was trying to find where I was up to. This guy here is the Anzac, lest we forget, 1916 for King and Country Anzac medallion. Absolutely stunning piece. And this is found at an old school site, hunting near a cricket oval. So let's have a listen. He's got the little loop up the top, might throw a funny signal. We'll just hold on to him and we'll run him under and have a listen. '81, '82. Let's get a better hold of him. I sort of don't have a great grip of him. So there we go. Just changing that orientation a little bit and grabbing hold of him better. We have a solid 81 Let's put him down. Pendant medallion. I haven't determined what type of pendant medallion. Most of the pendant medallions on the Equinox 6 and 800 you generally find would ring up like a roo penny, a kangaroo penny, around the high 30s, 31, 30, 31, 32 even. And basically the pendant medallion on the Equinox 7 and 900 are going to do very similar, ringing up those high tones just like a roo penny would at an 81. So let's now, what do we got next? 1966 round 50-cent coin. This guy, had to find him. He's on this board in front of us, not the other one over the back. So the round 50-cent coin, this is the only one I've ever found in 6 years of detecting, and they are a screamer, absolute screamer, and 92.5% silver. So let's have a listen. Oh, nearly up the top there, nearly going right up high to the 99 or 100. We have 94, 95. I'm going to call that guy a 95. Let's jot him down. Awesome stuff. I love putting this sort of stuff together, helping everybody out there. And, it's not about me. It's about helping other people out there. Yes, this does help me, but if I know it is helping others out there, that's what it's all about. So, cricket buckles. Oh dear, we might have to skip those because actually, to be honest, I don't have any on me right now. We might have to come back and show them at the end and fill them in. So, merchant tokens I do have. We're going to do the large one and then we'll run through the half penny type, the smaller design. So this is a full penny J.R. Grundy Ballarat 1861 tobacco token. He's not in the best condition, unfortunately. However, a merchant token at that. And let's give him a run through. They should come up nice and high. Let's have a listen. Yes, they do. There we go. 85, 86, more falling on the 86. Let's put him down. As I said, we will get back to those cricket buckles. I do want to show them. I don't have them out with me right now. A bit silly of me, isn't it? I don't know why I didn't grab them. Next up is the little half penny Hyde and DeCarl token, this guy. He's a grocers and merchants token from Melbourne from 1857. A little awesome token and in not too bad a condition. You can see a lot of the details. So that's not what we're talking about though. We're talking about target ID numbers. So let's have a look. I just get that excited picking up these pieces and I can't help talk about them. They're just so amazing. So 82, 83. We're going to call him an 82. He was fixating more on that number. So put him down beside small token 82. Now look, keg taps. Once again, like the cap gun, bit of a funny signal. We've got a few bits of bobs hanging off the end, throwing out those signals at different numbers. So what we're going to do though is just grab him the best we can, most likely found in the ground laying like that, as opposed to, like that or like that, or it's going to probably be laying down in the ground flat. They're quite a heavy item, and I know it sounds silly, but items could rotate in the ground and find their heaviest point and lay that way. So, which, look, all the keg taps I've found in my life, in the last 6 years or whatever, a lot of them are laying on their side. So that's what we're going to portray it as for the target ID chart here. So, oh, and quite a high number. And a jumpy one at that too, which I thought as much. And look, it doesn't really matter if we don't get a proper fixated number. This is just a guide. So, if you're out in the field looking for a keg tap, you know that you're chasing those high signals. You know that a keg tap's not going to come in at a 40. It's going to come in nice and high. I would sort of put most keg taps from on the Equinox 7 and 900 here around the from 70 right up through to the 90, high 90 range. So let's have another look. 86 to 90. Look, what we're going to do for him is put him down for an 86 to an 88. So keg tap large, 86 to an 88. And now we're going to go and have a look at the difference between a small keg tap, my smallest in my collection. So hold him just like that. Once again, how he's probably found. So there we go, a lot lower number for a lot smaller keg tap. So just keep that in mind. He is jumping around a little bit. I sort of seen a 45 to a 47 there. It's all about the angle of the way you hold it though. So look, I'm going to call him a 45 to a 47, and that should cover it for most people out there. So 45 to 47, let's run with that. And we'll jump over, the next one on the list is the half sovereign. We're going to leave that to last, so we're going to jump over to the 925 silver ring. Now this is just a Pandora ring I found about, a couple of months ago hunting, and it's a great ring to show off the target ID. It rings up nice and high, and it's something modern and common that you know, most people out there have the chances of finding. So nice Pandora, 925, silver ring. We have a solid 80, which is awesome. So 80, nice and easy. Silver ring, 80. Let's move that steel piece away from the coil too. I just heard him go off. Like that. We know it comes down to the low number though, and look, if it's not moving, it's not mixing in or interfering with our signals, so that's what's most important. So next up on the list is the little Australian Military Forces button there. What a bloody ripper, with a little loop on the back. So let's hold him by the loop and let's run him over and see what we get. Oh, all different numbers. Let's also put horseshoe button in, which we did not do there before. It does not matter though, because everything, all our targets so far has been coming in high as we've been showing off all those coins. Well, that is a very hard signal. Oh dear, I don't know what to pin that one as. Well, that makes it a bit better. Turning around on the backside there. Let's call him a high 90. I'm going to jot him down as a 96. However, just keep that in mind that look, a little button here could go any way in the ground. You know, you could find him any which direction. So keep that in mind. Very jumpy signal. He has got the loop on the back. Maybe that's what's throwing it around a little bit there. But look, quite a funny signal. I don't really know where to put that one at. As you can see, we've got a negative 13, what have you on the back there for the side. But then on the very back of the button, holding them flat, we get a 96. So let's just run with that. 96. We'll jot him down, and we can live with that target ID for now. And let's face it, you know, if you're digging a lot of different targets out in the field, you're going to come across those different buttons, and they are all different too. You know, we've got this guy here, but however, there is larger types and smaller type designs too. So that's a bit of a hard one to pin. So we'll just go with that, a 96, and we'll move on next to the musket ball, the lead musket ball. Definitely not a fishing sinker, this guy. So you can even see a little blob of lead up the top where he has been casted and probably not scraped clean or clipped off properly before firing. So amazing, amazing. Let's run him through. Bit of lead, should sound a very low number, similar to gold. Let's have a listen. Oh, it's a bit higher than what I thought. There we go. So we've got a 50, 51. Let's grab a bit of hold of him. And jumping to a 52, which look, to be honest, it's sort of more fixated on the 52. So that's what we're going to run with, a lead musket ball from the 1800s, a 52. That guy was found out in the goldfield too, so I can account for it being definitely in the 1800s there. Gothic florin there. Let's have a look. Where are we? There he is. I was getting confused. Too many florins on the board. So beautiful English Gothic florin. Let's run him through and see what we got. Nice high number, I'm certain. And there he is. A 90. Ooh, a 90 and a 91. Where do we put him? Oh, there you go, 91. He's fixating a lot better. So holding it flat against the coil there is what I'm sort of doing. When I'm not getting that nice ideal number, I generally just sort of change him in my hand a little bit and run him over just that center of the coil, not running them over the whole coil, and just running him over the center of the coil to get the most accurate target ID for you guys. So I hope that is what's going to work best. So next up is the 1797 cartwheel penny. Now, not the greatest condition. Once again, for whatever reason, he's got a G stamped into him. I'm not sure why. I never have worked that one out yet. You can see Seed of Britannia facing left on the coin there, and the rim around the outside. Unfortunately, no date to be seen though. A bit of a hard one with the old cartwheel pennies. Most of every one that you ever find are generally very well worn. So 92 on the nose, not moving around whatsoever. A big chunky copper coin. Awesome stuff. So snake buckles. Now we've got 3 of them over here. That is our next targets to check out. And what I want to do is I want to run through the first guy here. And we've also got another 2 hiding over the back here. And they're slightly different design. I don't know how well you can see that. Slightly different design. This guy is just a single head. This guy is a double head end design. And he's also got the loop attached there with him. So we're just going to run all three through just to see what they sort of gauge, what numbers they sort of ring in at. So, and we'll just gauge off that the best we can. So 42 up to a 45. Let's grab the other guy. We'll take the loop off first. Once again, a 42 through to a 45. We'll do the same. Last type design, here's a little bit of a thinner design snake buckle, this one, or swan head design buckle, whatever you'd like to call it, snake or swan. And slightly lower. So look, and that's what I used to tell people on the 6 and the 800 too. Basically they'd say, you know, what does a cricket buckle come in at, or what does a snake buckle come in at? I'm still looking for my first one. Well, that's a very hard question because they're all different shapes, they're all different designs, they're all different thicknesses and what have you. So, and once again, on top of that, the depth, the orientation, the ground, the mineralization, it all comes into play. So you really need to be digging all those different numbers. You know, you really cannot place it down to one number in general. So here's a 40, a little bit lower. Now let's put the buckles through separate. Now these are the clasp buckles. You would find one up each end of the snake, fixating it onto the belt. He would have looked something similar to that. So let's put the clasp through because you often find the clasps with the snakes. So I think it's important to show. So sort of mid 40s for those snakes there by themselves, and a lower number, you know, like a 10 or an 8 with just the clasp there. Now let's see what they do together. Remember, a bit of a funny signal they're going to throw, mixed signal. We're not going to jot it down. We just sort of want to show you guys for reference point only. So a very, very jumpy number. Still hanging up around the high 30s, 40s. And once again, the little clasp. Oh, he's quite higher. Made of brass, that guy. The little clasp, though, and he's a lot thicker. Little clasp sort of ring in a lot lower. So apart from the one we just shown, he made a liar of me. So you can see there, we've got a 10 and a 13 on this fella. However, on the other one, he's a little bit higher. Even right up through to the 60 there. So good to show. I think it's important to show as much as you can, trying to answer those questions that a lot of the viewers have in their mind, especially if you're going to go out and purchase a brand new 7 or 900. So let's just quickly run these snakes through again one more time, and we'll try and jot down a number. So 40, yeah, look, mid 40s through to high 40s. Same thing. Sort of hanging around the mid 40s, jumping up a bit higher and lower. And the littler type snake is around the 40s again, or, you know, it's pretty much spot on 40, you could say. So let's just put them to the side. Let's jot down, say, look, 40 through to 45, I think may cover it, or 42 through to 46, say. Let's leave it at that. So 42 through to 46, roughly for a snake buckle. However, keep in mind that can change. So 42 through to 46, awesome stuff. So I'll just have a quick look for the snake buckles on the 600 and 800 Equinox. We had snake buckle equals a 16 and a 17. So, you know, we had variables on the Equinox 6 and 800 too. So any wonder we're getting them on the 7 and 900. So now let's keep going. We've got a belt buckle, which I'm just going to grab one from behind here. I don't actually have one set out. This is quite a big buckle, probably more like a horse buckle, I'd say. Let's run him through quickly and give him a look. Once again, the buckles are going to come in at all different numbers. They can come in different shapes, different sizes, and you know, look, if you've still got the metal pin attached in the center, that may even throw the number again as well. So one more time. A high 80, let's just call him an 82 for that guy, or an 84 I should say. I've seen on the screen there the most. So the next one up is the English Crown, the big boy. And we have, sorry, I'm just looking at the target ID sheet, getting a little bit confused there. The big boy, the 1887 full English Crown, stunner coin, absolutely beautiful. So Queen Victoria on the back, a King George on the, or Queen Victoria on the front, I should say, getting that backwards. King George on the back, slaying the dragon. So absolutely beautiful. 1887, I was born 1987, so this guy and me and this coin are exactly 100 years apart, and I did not find this. I can't claim that I found it. I actually bought it in a market just due to the fact that I didn't have one, and also the 100 years apart with that date separating. So awesome stuff. Now, Anybody want to take a guess what it's going to come up? I believe a very, very high signal, probably about a 96 or a 98, similar to the round 50-cent coin. Let's have a look. Wow, that's huge. 97, wow, and on the money too. Wow, that is so cool. You can hear the smile on my face probably. 97 for an English crown. Let's jot that down. I'll tell you what, I'll be looking out for that 97. As I said, I can't claim I found this one. I'd never ever tell lies. I'd never claim I found something I didn't. I did not find this guy. I think I paid about 30 or 40 bucks for him in a market. So awesome stuff. We need to look out for 97 now so that we can find the English crown in future. So now let's get to the very, very last one. And what I'll do quickly is I'll stop the video. After the gold sovereign here, I'll run off and quickly grab my cricket buckle collection, which I should have had out on display here, sorry guys, and we'll come back after the sovereign and just give you a quick look at a few cricket buckles going on display under the coil too, and jot the numbers down. So as I said though, last but not least is the 1892 or 1882, sorry, could not see the date properly. I should know what date that is. 1882 gold sovereign. Now this is actually a gold full sovereign, and I tried to get my hands on a half sovereign. I thought that I could get my hands on a half sovereign through through family collection basically. I couldn't. All that we have is full sovereigns, which look, let's face it, that's probably a good thing. They're double the half ones. However, I could not get a half to show today, which is a bit unfortunate. And I do know what number this guy rings up. I did check him just out of interest when I was going out there hunting the other day. I had to sort of know what a sovereign was going to ring up at so I could chase it. So it is a solid 50. Look at that. Isn't that amazing? So 1882 full gold sovereign is an 50. I was looking back at the date there. Is a solid 50 on the Equinox 7 and 900. So you're chasing gold sovereigns. You're looking for the number 50 for a full sovereign, and I can't account for what a half sovereign would be. However, I think I feel like it would come in around a 30 or mid 30s, maybe a 35, 36, something around that range for the 7 and 900. So for the 6 and the 800, a full gold sovereign was an 18, and a half gold sovereign was a 15. So you sort of do the maths and work out the extra 99 or the 99 points of segments on the 7 and 900 here. You can sort of work out that if a full gold sovereign rang in at a 50, do the maths and sort of make it work out that the half gold sovereign would possibly ring in a mid 30 range. So as I said, a 35, 36, but don't quote me, as those numbers can change in the ground. So full sovereign 50, and that's pretty much us. That we've nailed that whole chart. The only thing, as I said, we need to finish off doing is the cricket buckles, which I'll come back and give you a look. Rightio, so we've got you back, and we've got our cricket buckle collection, or some of my favourite pieces anyway, in this plastic container here in front of us. So what I'll do is I'll put them over the back here, and we'll just move this book over actually, and we will start jotting down a few pieces. We're not going to grab all of them, we're just going to go through and pick up a few different ones. So let's start with my favourite, shall we? And quite a big design. We have the wonderful old Advance Australia cricket buckle plate. This guy was my very first cricket buckle I ever found too, which also made me fall in love with them that very much more. So let's put him down. We've got a beautiful design, 2 men with the batsman, coat of arms, rising sun, absolutely lovely, and Advance Australia written on him. And from memory, he sounded, I'll just say quickly, from memory, he sounded very similar to a Coke can with the Equinox 800 there out in the goldfields, almost a jumpy 21, 23 from memory. Remember, it's a few years ago now I dug this guy. Let's have a look what he does on the Equinox 900 though. And we have there a 64 and a 65. Now it's going to be, once again, like the snake buckles, it's going to be a little bit hard for me to jot down exact numbers for these guys, because as you'll see when we grab the next one, those numbers will change. So 65 for the very first one. Next up we've got a beautiful Victorious cricket buckle saying Victorious down the bottom. They're all sort of similar design with the cricket bat, the ball and the stumps, the 3 things that you see on all cricket buckles, or most anyway. Let's run him under, and as you'll see, he's a different number because he has a smaller surface area. And basically he should therefore give off a smaller number. So let's have a look. Remember the last one was 65, so this one's about 10 down, 55, 56. So let's now grab an even smaller cricket buckle and let's show you once again how those numbers change. This time is another little, or this guy is another little cricket design, a very small buckle. And once again, the bat, the balls each side, and the cricket stumps going through, crossing over in the middle there. Just beautiful. So I would have loved to have, I would have loved to have seen all the different designs in a book, that they had. Some were made in England, or a lot of these were made in England. Some were also minted or made here in Australia and given to the gold miners and what have you, and sold throughout the gold fields. So as I said, I'd love to see a whole book with every design, English and Australian, right through it. How amazing. I don't think one exists though somehow. So for that one, jumping down a little bit lower once again, remember the first one was 65, the second one was 55, and now we have a 51, sorry, I seen 49 on the screen there last. Now let's grab an even smaller piece. We can go smaller again, and these are little bits and pieces. You can see the pin on the back there. These are little bits and pieces that have fallen off the harder backing plates, or the original backing plates they were fixed onto. So still parts of cricket buckles, and I still love finding them. So this should be an even smaller number, a 30. 30 for the two bats and the ball, with the stumps in the middle, or a stump in the middle. And we've got a little head, a batter with a head and half a torso, nothing else there. You can see the holes that he would have been fixated with pins on the back. So should be a lower number, once again, and 21, 22 there for that little guy. So like I said, with the snake buckles, it is really hard to pick what numbers to dig. People ask me all the time, what numbers am I looking for to find my first snake buckle or cricket buckle? And once again, as I said, it is a very, very challenging question to answer because they all come in at different numbers, all of them. So there's really no two that are the same. To be honest, over the years of the goldfields, I really have not found too many cricket buckles that are two of the same design. So it just does not happen. There's just so many designs out there. As you can see, they could just go on forever and ever. So absolutely amazing. If you are looking for a smaller cricket buckle though, as you've seen, you are looking for those lower numbers, low 20s, low 30s or low 20s through to the mid 30s. And as you go up to the bigger design, bigger plated cricket buckles there, this one was found in an old pub in fact. I'll never forget that day because the lady actually told me, oh mate, you won't find anything down at the old pub there. You're most welcome to go down and have a look. You won't find anything down there. We've had bottle collectors and detectorists and you name it. Look, it's been found, and I don't think you're going to find anything. I found 2 cricket buckles. I found about 4 merchant tokens. We found rings and coins and you name it, we found it, even bottles. So look, no site's ever fully done, and this cricket buckle here proves it. So not only this cricket buckle, a lot of other pieces in my collection as well. So anybody who tells me the site is fully hunted out or fully done, I think to myself, right, challenge accepted, and I go take on that challenge and prove them wrong, or prove that theory wrong anyway. So let's have a look at this guy. As I said, the bigger the cricket buckle, the bigger the number. So just keep that in mind. We're not going to jot down an exact number for the cricket buckles. Let's just see what we did there for the 6 and the 800. We had cricket buckles large coming in around a 21 to 23, and a cricket buckles small, once again with the lower numbers, coming around to 11 and 13. So we may just jot down a few numbers, but as I said, keep that as a guide only. Don't think that, it's outside the perimeter of the numbers that Luke gave, so it won't be a cricket buckle or it won't be a snake buckle. Just remember that those numbers can change. So anyway guys, that is about it. We've done the coins, we've done the belt buckles, we've done the cricket buckles I should say, and we went through the miscellaneous items. So let me take you off the tripod quickly, we'll run you through the list, we'll finish this off, and I said we are going to make up basically put together the 7 and 900 target ID chart, the exact same as the 6 and 800 here. We're also going to minimize them down into the little laminated target ID cards to help you guys out there when detecting. So it may take a little while. I will get there though. So let's get you off the tripod, let's run through the numbers quickly, and that will finish us off for today. Right, so you're off the gimbal now, and as I said, we're just going to give you a quick look through at what we put down, the numbers we jotted down for the target ID list here. So what we'll actually do too, we're going to move this over, and we're going to lay both of them out together, so you can see both side by side. Let's turn that detector off too, so we don't hear any more beepies. Let's, as I said, put the 6 and the 800 target ID chart together with the 7 and 900, and let's run through and give you a look. Or let's just stay out here actually, we won't zoom in, we'll just give you a look so you can compare the pair. So 1915 florin is a 94 on the 7 and 900, on the 6 and the 800 it is a 34, so there you go. Similar to 1940, both coming in at the same numbers. The 1961 florin on the 7 and 900 chart is 84, and the 61 florin on the Equinox 6 and 800 chart is a 27. So I was getting confused where to look then. I was getting my numbers wrong. Anyway, that is about it for us today, guys. As you can see, we're not going to run through them all. As you can see though, we will be turning this into similar to this and passing out to you guys for future, and making them into miniature target ID cards for you guys to, as I said, take out there in the bush, in the field, and use as reference points. So awesome stuff. Be sure to stay tuned. Be sure to hit that like, comment, subscribe button below, and stay tuned, because we will be getting out and putting the Equinox 900 through its paces at old and new sites, and I really can't wait to be sharing and learning together as we go through our videos. So really happy basically to be running the new 900. There's a lot to learn, however, very happy, and I cannot wait, as I said, to get out there and start seeing what it can do, seeing what it can really do, and put it through its paces. So anyways, guys, that is about it for us today. I really hope you enjoyed. I really hope you found all this to be helpful, and remember, this target ID chart will be getting finished off just like the 6 and the 800 here, and put in the laminated cards and available for members on the Dig It Detecting Facebook group. So be sure to join and be sure to check it out, and keep those eyes peeled, as it will happen for future very soon. And we best look up what a half sovereign is going to be and include that before we do. So anyway, guys, as I said, that's about it for us today. We'll be back out with the 900 very soon, showing what it can do, and I hope to see you there. Cheers.